This video mainly introduces the software interface and function parameters, focusing on the parameters that are frequently used or needed. First, introduce the various parameters of the window interface. This is the main page. Here is the production information of the product. For example, production quantity, good and bad products, and the time required for production. From here we can know how many PCB products have been produced. This is the machine's historical action information. The machine's operating status or alarm information will be displayed here. This is the camera image window. Let's unlock the advanced user permissions first. Select Administrator and enter the password 12,345,678. This is to open the program, which contains a list of all programs. We can click OK or double-click the program to open it. The third one is the editing mode. It is equivalent to modifying parameters, running parameter settings, etc. This is the operating parameter settings. This contains the default parameters. These parameters do not need to be modified and are almost never used. This may be set occasionally. And these delays are generally hardly used. This is the speed at which the PCB is conveyed. This is the buffering time when the PCB is about to reach the blocking cylinder. These are some of the delay time settings. This is the weighing setting for the glue amount, which is an optional function. This is the default operating speed, the speed at which the working head runs idle when no dispensing work is performed, such as identifying marking points or the speed of the workhead during movement. These parameters are set after the machine is calibrated before leaving the factory. Please do not modify these parameters. Generally, we do not need to modify these parameters, so it is recommended that you prohibit modifying these parameters to prevent abnormal problems. If you encounter any problems, please contact us for prompt processing. Please do not modify these parameters. This is the switch that controls the solenoid valve. It is referred to as the glue opening time and glue closing time. This is the coordinate position of nozzle immersion and nozzle degumming that we introduced before. Once the machine has been calibrated, no further modifications are required. In this window, this parameter may need to be modified. This has been introduced and demonstrated before. Another thing that may need to be modified is the PCB delivery speed. We don't need to set or modify the parameters of this access card. Controls the servo drive pulses these signal parameters. Do not modify these parameters. It is best to take a photo of these parameters and keep them as a backup. Let's take a look at these parameters, but don't modify them. These are some IRO parameter settings. We don't need to modify these. This is the opening and prohibition of the machine safety door. If the safety door is opened and illegal operation is performed, an alarm will be triggered. If the safety door is opened and you open the machine safety door directly, the machine will alarm. If you want to dismiss the alarm, click Turn Off Safe Mode. You can also open the machine safety door to operate it, but the machine will continue to make alarm sounds. The safety door is red, indicating that the alarm sound has been blocked. This is the same. When the amount of UV glue in the glue barrel is lower than the minimum level, the machine will also sound an alarm to remind you that you need to replace the UV glue barrel. If we do not have a UV glue barrel when making a program and running a dry test, the machine will keep alarming. We can also click to disable. We click on Enable Status. This is the IRO settings. The function checks the status of the machine. This setting is equivalent to checking whether the machine is functioning normally. We can click on that and see how it actually functions. Check whether the machine is functioning properly. These are outputs, and when you click these buttons there will be corresponding reactions and actions. This is the input IRO, such as sensors, signals, etc., and is also used to check the function of the machine. If we suspect the sensor is damaged, we can check this. Assuming that the PCB board does not transmit, we can use the sensor to detect whether it is working and whether it can sense the PCB board. When we are not dispensing, we turn off the temperature switch. We can also automatically set the heating switch to turn on or off. That is, when our dispensing machine is not working, the heating switch can be automatically turned off. This setting has both advantages and disadvantages. When the heating function is turned off, it is difficult to heat the glue to the specified temperature immediately when dispensing work is suddenly needed. Here, set the time. Can you test how long is the shutdown without doing work? You can set a time. Okay. The IRO settings have just been introduced. Let's introduce the next one. This is the camera ratio setting. This has been calibrated when the machine was assembled and does not need to be changed. This parameter cannot be modified. The machine will fail if the parameter is modified. When we click on the camera window, the working head will move where the mouse is clicked. If it is modified, the work will not work properly. This is the machine table calibration settings. The same window will appear when you open it here. Click Go and the work head moves to this coordinate position. The working head moves to the correction position, we click Correction, and we check the deviation position. The correction method is the same as described before. Click the center of the glue dot, then click Calculate, and then click OK. This is to calibrate the Z-axis height of the machine. It is recommended not to modify this measurement height, as we do not need it. If modified incorrectly, the working head is prone to collision. We use this setting in conjunction with another function. Set it up in Track View. Use with this function. This means the height of the Z-axis nozzle and the height of the PCB board. If you select below, the upper Z-axis height will be unavailable. If you select above, the lower height cannot be set. If you select the following, it means that the distance moved upwards with the PCB board as 0 is the working height of the Z-axis nozzle. When the z-axis drops below this value, the machine will alarm. When we manually lower the workhead, the machine will alarm when the z-axis drops below this value. After modification, click OK. When we set up editing, this problem will occur. Why is this happening? The problem occurs because we skipped the track view and clicked Edit directly. We need to click on the track view first and then click on this edit. Can't I be more direct? The content of the editing items is different for each view. You look here, the dots are useless. Be sure to select your corresponding view and then click Edit Item. Click Parameters and click OK. This spray glue option must be selected. If we uncheck the glue option, it won't work. We have just introduced the dispensing height. The origin position is 0, and the working head downward is a negative value. Currently, we only need to use these two options. If you need to control the glue amount with high precision, we need this optional function, but the premise is that you need to install a weighing measurement device. In what scenarios do we use this option? Assume there are 3 glue spraying points. One requires a large amount of glue, one requires a very small amount of glue, and another requires a very large amount of glue. The glue amount of each point is different. This function cannot be used in airplane mode. In this mode, the dispensing speed of the working head is not uniform. In the flight mode, the dispensing speed of the working head is uniform. The two modes are different. There is another function option in this edit item column. We select the function and click OK. Have you noticed that the coordinates here are the same as the coordinates of the glue spraying points I clicked? Do you know why this feature is needed? Do you know what these red and green colors mean? When the coordinates are displayed in red, it means that the coordinates are locked and cannot be modified. We click on the red state to turn green, which means the coordinate position can be modified. We click on the glue spraying point, click on positioning, and the working head moves to that position. This is to modify the coordinate position of a single glue spraying point. Assuming that this glue spray point has a dispensing offset problem and needs to be modified, how do we set it up? When modifying the coordinates, we click on the red color to unlock it first. Assuming that there is a dispensing offset problem at this dispensing point, let us demonstrate how to modify it. Select the glue point we need to modify and double-click the left mouse button. Then select a function and click OK. Click the red button to cancel the coordinates that need to be modified. Then click the target location to be moved, then click to pick up the coordinates. This function can only be modified individually, and each coordinate can only be modified one by one. It cannot modify the positions of multiple coordinates at the same time. Look at me, although I have selected the positions of 4 coordinates, only the first coordinate can be modified, and the other 3 coordinate positions cannot be modified. Next, we will introduce additional project settings. This is to add project settings. Select a function and click OK. This one has options like points, straight lines, arcs, circles, curves, etc. If we choose straight lines, it means there is a straight line from the starting point to the end point, not individual glue points. We don't need or use these features at all at present. If you are interested in learning about these features, we will introduce how to use them in the later videos. This is a circular line. Use other types of dispensing valves to continuously discharge glue to form a continuous line. Because our current PCBs are sprayed with single glue dots, these functions are not needed. This deleting item means deleting the glue spray points we made. Move up and move down is to move the currently selected glue spray point up or down, change the order of glue spray work track. Now let me demonstrate. The first glue dot moves downward and becomes the second glue dot. Select this glue point and move it upwards, and it will become the first glue point again. This positioning means that the working head moves to the coordinate position of the glue point. Select the glue point and click position, up or down. The working head moves up or down one glue point. Automatic line segmentation, we don't need this function. We have introduced the matrix settings when we made the program, so we will not explain it here. This can also be used as an overall offset debugger. Select all coordinates that need to be debugged. Click Matrix Settings, then uncheck all options and all referenced coordinates. These coordinates are all deleted. Suppose there is an offset problem in our dispensing position, and we need to move 20 mm in the positive X direction. Click OK and the selected glue points will move forward 20 mm. Look. Enter -20 to move to the original position. The usage of this matrix setting is to debug the offset of glue points in batches. Both the X and Y axes can be moved for debugging. If you need to modify the position of glue points, you can select them individually or in multiple places. In this window, you can hold down the left mouse button and move the mouse to areas selected glue points. This is the method of selecting glue points using the mouse. After you select the glue points with the mouse, you can click on the matrix settings to debug. Then move the required distance in the corresponding direction. This is a quick edit circle. This function is rarely used. If you need to use this function, we will introduce it in detail. Then save and save as. Assuming that our program is complete, we click Save, or Save As. We save it as another program name. We change it to another name, and then reopen the program. This is the same as the usage of office computers. Let us introduce other functions of this window. This is a quick way to shut down your computer. We put the mouse over the shortcut and the corresponding content will be displayed. After clicking, the computer will automatically shut down after a 1-minute countdown. This is the zoom out window, and this is the zoom in window. This is the shutdown software. Below are run, stop, pause, and reset. Reset is to click reset when the machine has an abnormality or alarm. We click reset and the machine will stop alarming. This is the mobile switch for PCB transportation. This is the PCB of blocking cylinder 1. This is block 2. This is the switch supported by the PCB. This is the glue heating switch on the dispensing valve. This has been introduced. This has also been introduced. This is the PCB passing mode, which is equivalent to a PCB conveyor, and the working head does not work. Then click Run for this mode to take effect. Returning to the origin means that the XYZ axes move to the 0 position. This function is usually used for aging machine inspection before shipment. The CV mode switch uses a camera to observe each glue point. When we click Run, it is the camera that observes the glue dots, not the nozzle that moves to each glue spraying point. When we make the program, we use the camera to observe the position of the glue dots, but in actual operation, the glue dispensing head is used to complete the jet dispensing. When we make a program, we use a camera to view each glue spraying point, but there is a distance between the camera and the nozzle of the working head. This is the distance between the camera and the nozzle. If you did not disassemble the dispensing valve or the camera, we only need to calibrate it once. If you disassemble the camera or dispensing valve, we need to calibrate this coordinate position. If it is disassembled, we will calibrate it in the same way. There is another operation method. Assume that the first stage of the program has been completed. Suddenly, there is a power outage, resulting in the second stage not continuing production. We can use this function. To operate, click to run only the program in section 2. Then place the PCB board at the position of the blocking cylinder in section 2. Then we click on Test Run. Then we click Run. In this way, it will only run the program in the second section. After completing the second section of the program, we need to turn off the trial running mode. This is the method to run only the first or second paragraph of the program. That's all for today's video. We'll continue in the next video.